Paul Keating had a crack at Penny Wong and you defended her during the week. So in recent months, you've defended both Ms Wong, a former rival of yours in South Australian Labor politics, and you've had some nice things to say about Kevin Rudd, the ambassador to the US you helped overthrow as PM. Does this show what a pragmatic game politics is, Don Farrell?
Well, it shows that you've got to respond to the issues as they exist at the time. Penny's been an outstanding foreign minister. I simply don't understand what Paul Keating must be thinking of when he makes these criticisms of Penny. She's going to be one of the finest. When we look back on her term as foreign minister, she'll be considered to be one of Australia's finest foreign ministers. She's working tirelessly. In fact, I don't know how she does it. To be honest with you, Andrew, she's visited every country in the Pacific region. She's visited every country other than Myanmar in Southeast Asia. She's lifted the reputation and the status of Australia in the region. I mean, why last week did we find that every leader of ASEAN was here in Melbourne? Well, it was because of the good work that she's been doing over the last 2 years. I don't think anybody would dispute that the previous 10 years we didn't do enough in our own region. We were focused on the United States, the United Kingdom. Penny, of course, has refocused us on our region. And of course, on any issue, I'd have to say that I think Penny understands Asia much better than Paul Keating ever will. As for Kevin Rudd, Kevin's doing a terrific job in Washington. You've only got to see the work that he did to get the legislation through the American Parliament on AUKUS. It was an amazing exercise. I caught up with him for dinner. We had a really good chat about the good old days when I was at APEC in San Francisco towards the end of last year. So credit where credit is due, Andrew. Penny's doing a fantastic job, and so is Kevin Rudd.
I'm not sure he'd see them as the good old days, Don Farrell. Let me ask you for an update on trade sanctions with China. The one we've been waiting for lately is wine being lifted, the sanctions China has on Australia. Is there a hold up to that? Can you give us a progress report, if you like, on wine, lobster, etc.?
Yeah, thanks, Andrew. No, there's no hold up. You might recall towards the end of last year, we agreed with the Chinese authorities to suspend our World Trade Organization dispute over wine with China in exchange for an expedited review of their tariffs. The tariffs on wine, Australian wine, go up to 220%. That process is coming to an end now, and by the end of March, that process will be completed. The Chinese Trade Minister confirmed that to me the week before last in the United Arab Emirates. So we're now simply waiting for China to complete its processes. I'm hopeful that at the end of that process, China will lift all of its tariffs on Australian wine. But if they don't, then we will continue with our World Trade Organization dispute, and we will win that dispute. But this is the easiest way of getting a fantastic Australian wine. I've got a little vineyard right behind me at the moment. Wonderful Australian wine back on the kitchen tables of Chinese consumers. As far as lobster is concerned, I also raised that issue, and again, I got an understanding from the Chinese authorities that they are reviewing the issue of our lobster coming into China. So everything's heading in the right direction. We're just waiting for some outcomes now, Andrew, and I'm hopeful, based on the good relations. I've now met with my Chinese counterpart 6 times in the last 18 months. We've built up a a strong relationship, and I'm hoping that that will deliver for Australian producers, whether it be wine or whether it be lobster.